Hey, James Niggemeyer here. There are a lot of great junction knots, knots that you can use to tie two lines together, and I've tried a lot of them. The one that I'm pretty much set on is, for me, is the best that I can tie is the FG knot. And I think that some of the high points is it goes in through your guides really well, and if you reel it on your reel, it has an ease of casting. It doesn't tend to want to catch on itself or go end over end. There's just too many positives. As far as making life more simple, it's the best knot. And it holds far more superior than any other knot that I've ever used. So that on top of everything, that's your cherry on the top. The booger about it is, it's not easy to tie, and it's taken me a while to learn. So I'm gonna go over the steps that I use to tie it, and sometimes it doesn't always come out just exactly the way I want to, but I just go ahead and tie it again because I think the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. First thing I want to do is take the braided line, and there's several different ways, but what I do is I take the braided line and put it in my teeth. I hold it, and then I want a decent amount of tension towards the rod. This is the line obviously going to the rod, and then I have my leader line over here, and I'm going to pass it over like this, and then this is where the weaving process starts. Just go over, away from you, then under, toward me, and over, away, then under, toward, and I'm just back and forth, over and over. And you want to make sure that when you get it, when you pull it over, that you keep it tight and you kind of snug it. And I'll do this till I get to about 20, particularly with my heavier lines. I think I lost count, but for intents and purposes, let's say I went 20 wraps and all together. And then at the end of it, I'm going to lay parallel my leader line, and then I'm going to take the tag in that was in my mouth, and I'm going to just do a little overhand knot and cinch that right down like that. That's one. And then in the opposite direction, again, that's two. And that's just to kind of hold everything in place. And this is the part where I want to cinch everything down, and I cinch it as hard as I possibly can. So just kind of double it over your both hands, and then I just cinch it as hard as I possibly can without it cutting into your fingers. And then at this point, I want to trim my tag, or my leader line tag end, and I want to trim it as close as possible as I can. So just cut it right there. So that's the thing that as it goes through your guides is going to make the most noise. It's going to catch on the most things. And then I use two little overhand finishing kind of knots, just like I did before I trimmed the line. So it's just one, and then the opposite direction, two, and that's pretty much it. I like to put a little dab of super glue on there to kind of hold it in place. And it looks, I mean, it's the thing about it is it's linear, and it holds the line extremely tight, and it just, as far as I can tell, it's the best at keeping that junction from your main line to your leader. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. Some guys don't even use super glue, but these scissors have seen it. But that's pretty much it. Put a little dab of super glue on there. I try to get it as close and as tight as I can, so that there's nothing, no loose ends. But that's the knot that I think works the best. Sometimes it actually looks real neat, and then sometimes it looks a little rough. But I've had them both work well, and it takes a lot of practice. So keep at it. That took me about 8 months to where I got it to where I was tying it with confidence.